Joining me now is Patrick Wood to talk about the new Fed chairman, because apparently he's connected to, somehow associated with the Bilderbergers. We'll tell you what that's all about. We have the report that was put out by the White House, released. President Trump even put it out there on social media. I am pleased to announce that I'm nominating Kevin Warsh to be chairman of the board of governors of the Federal Reserve System. We've asked Patrick to do a deep dive on him. Patrick, welcome back to Brandon House Live. Thanks for being with us. I hear people are making issue of the fact that he's part of the Bilderberg. Is he personally, or was his family, or what's the deal? And for those who don't know, what's the Bilderberg?
Yes, indeed. He was a member of the steering committee on the Bilderberg group, and that's not just an attendee. If you're on the steering committee, you get to decide who's going to come to the meeting in the first place. So, there you go. That means he served alongside of Peter Thiel and Alex Karp, both from Palantir. You can't make this up. So
okay, wait, I want to stop right there. So you're saying he's good friends with Peter Thiel, or at least associated with them. Friends, or at least associated with them, right? In a working group. In a working group, right?
Exactly. Had to have lots of interaction with him along the way. So
had to have lots of interaction with them along the way. All right. Now this is interesting, because the tech bros, Peter Thiel and all these guys, they're big into Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, digital IDs, that whole thing, right?
Exactly.
And so is this guy, Mr. Warsh, right?
Yes, he has plenty of experience in the financial world, for sure. He really does. And would he be in favor of a central bank digital currency? Oh, yeah.
In fact, I think we have some clips. I think we have some clips to back that up. Here's one right now.
Are you on board with Bitcoin? I know Stan Druckenmiller is now on board. I think when we've talked about Bitcoin in the past, I think you had a perhaps a lesser view. I don't know if you have a different view today.
So Stan calls me his partner. I call him my boss. One of us is lying, but I'll let you figure out who's who in that, Andrew. So I'd say I think that Bitcoin does make sense as part of a portfolio in this environment, where you have the most fundamental shift, for example, in monetary policy since Paul Volcker. This is a big shift that we're seeing under the Powell Fed, rightly or wrongly. So I'm not surprised in a period of dollar weakness where Bitcoin's doing what it's doing. And I'd also suggest that part of the move in Bitcoin is taking some of the bid away from gold. I think if Bitcoin never existed, gold would be rallying even more right now. But I guess if you're under 40, Bitcoin is your new gold. So I think of Bitcoin as a lot of things, but it's certainly, with every passing day, getting new life as an alternative currency. And when you see the strength of the euro, the strength of the pound, the strength of the RMB, the Korean won, the Mexican peso, I guess we shouldn't be surprised to see the strength of Bitcoin as well. All
right. So he seems to be pro-Bitcoin, right?
Well, exactly. That clip was some time ago. So he's been saying this for a long time, and he's at this point we're going to see that the Trump administration is going to hand over. That
was me. Sorry about that.
Okay, no problem. The Trump administration is going to hand over the payment side of the Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin, but the tokens, payment tokens, over to the Fed. They won't probably be handling the asset tokens, but nevertheless, you can see the whole thing's going to be handed over to him. So this will be the guy that's going to run the whole thing. It's just not that he was a member of the Bilderberg group in the first place. That's serious enough.
Which, by the way, is a globalist type organization, right?
Exactly. And he's also a member of the CFR, that's the Council on Foreign Relations. But this is the guy who acted. He was with the Federal Reserve in 2006 or 8, somewhere along there. He acted as the Federal Reserve's primary liaison to Wall Street during and after the 2008 financial crisis. Now, just think about this for a minute. he was a member of Ben Bernanke's inner circle during the financial crisis. He played a key role in orchestrating the bailouts and interventions, including the sale of Bear Stearns, the federal bailout of American International Group, AIG. You might remember that. And also, he coordinated the Goldman Sachs and the, Morgan Stanley conversion to bank holding companies. This guy is well, Mr. Establishment for sure. He was in the middle of the financial crisis, and this is the guy that basically squandered our money on all these bailouts. This is not good. This is not a good sign for me.
Wow. In fact, let me type in here, Warsh on, let's say, cryptocurrency, what he says here, cryptocurrency. See if I can find him saying something about this. Nope. That's because there we go. Now, finally, thank you. All right, here's something.
You made reference to Bitcoin, and I thought I heard a little bit of condescension that people are buying Bitcoin and these things.
But doesn't it, Charlie Munger, this is 2 or 3 years before he died, Charlie Munger attacked Bitcoin. He called it evil, in part because it would begin to undermine the Fed's ability to manage the economy.
Or it could provide market discipline. Or it could tell the world that things need to be fixed.
Bitcoin does not make you nervous.
Bitcoin does not make me nervous. I can hearken back to a dinner I had here in 2011 with someone who is another guest on your show. I won't say his name. Okay, I just did Mark Andreessen, who showed me the white paper. That was the original white paper. I wish I had understood as clearly as he did how transformative Bitcoin and this new technology would be. Bitcoin doesn't trouble me. I think of it as an important asset that can help inform policymakers when they're doing things right and wrong. It is not a substitute to the dollar. I think it can often be a very good policeman for policy. And if I were to speak more...
Wait a minute. How could Bitcoin be a policeman for policy unless you're talking about your ability to turn it on and turn it off to police people? I mean, I don't want to read too much into what he's saying, but knowing what I know about the government and deplatforming and debanking, anytime it says, hey, we could use it for policing, I'm like, wait, what did he mean by that? Right?
Exactly. And did you catch the mention of Mark Andreessen's name?
Yes.
Okay. Mark Andreessen was an arch technocrat who sat with Trump when he selected all these people, the tech bros in Washington, D.C. He was at the table as an advisor to President Trump, and he's the one that suggested, or at least confirmed, the selection of people like Michael Kratsius, et cetera, David Sachs. And obviously, he's on board with Andreessen because he got his information from Andreessen.
All right, let's pick up the rest of the clip.
Yeah.
Here we go.
To what did Charlie Munger and others perhaps have in mind? There is a proliferation of securities that go under all sorts of names. Many, if not most of them, are not worth what they might be being traded for. So what did Charlie say, and maybe his pal Warren say? There's the innovators, the imitators, and the incompetents. They're real innovators that are happening in and around that new technology. And what I would try to impart towards businesses and bankers is that the underlying technology that Mark showed me in that white paper, or tried to show me in that white paper, it's just software. It's just the newest, coolest software that will provide us an ability to do things that we could never have done before. Can the software be used for good and evil? Yes, both, like all software. Right. So I don't cast aspersions like that. If there's a final point, it's these technologies are being built here. I don't just mean on Stanford campus. I believe in the United States. And the world's most talented engineers from China and Europe and everywhere, they come to the United States even now to try to build this stuff. And my view is by building it here, that gives us an opportunity to be more productive and create something very special over.
All right. Well, there you go. So basically, he's all on board, obviously, with the whole Genesis Act, the Genius Act, all of it, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So we'll see if he gets confirmed. I expect he will. There's no reason to think there's skeletons in his closet necessarily, other than the fact that he was active during the financial crisis, and this is stunning to me. I wondered at the time, and when the financial crisis was just unfolding, how Bear Stearns all of a sudden went from whatever $80 to $1, and then all of a sudden the thing got sold to another company for cents on the dollar. I always wonder who brokered this deal anyway. Well, here you go. This guy maybe he wasn't the prime guy at it, but he was in the mix for sure.
In the mix for sure. Okay, here's another article headline. Here we go. This was back in 2017, we're told. Economic policy. Was this the Wall Street Journal? I guess it was. I think it was. I don't know. Can't tell. Let me see. Washington Post. How to be wrong about almost everything and maybe be Fed chairman anyway. The Kevin Warsh story. That was back in 2017, Washington Post. So I don't know. He's got his detractors. There's some folks on Capitol Hill already saying they don't want him. But, like you said, unless there's some huge scandal, he's likely to be confirmed. So the New York Times is saying that Trump reportedly told aides they need to be conscious of the business community regarding mass deportations, directing officials to focus on criminals and refrain from targeting work sites. Yeah. There's so much in the news now where so many MAGA people are starting to feel betrayed.
Now, exactly. Now, let me say that Warsh is not a member of the Trilateral Commission. However, he's a member of the infamous Group of 30. Maybe people haven't heard about that group. This is an international consortium of central bankers, mostly central bankers. They have a few other people involved, but there's only 30 of them, right? So they're very powerful. They set policy worldwide. In fact, the chairman of the BIS, that's the Bank for International Settlements, he sits as one of the Group of 30. Okay, so it's a very, very influential group. You wouldn't believe out of 30 members, 5 of those members are members of the Trilateral Commission. So is he rubbing shoulders with people in the Trilateral Commission as well? Apparently so. This organization, basically the Group of 30, is dominated by the Trilateral Commission. As a matter of fact, no other group all together has that kind of influence on the Group of 30. But there's 5 of them. This is absolutely insane. You have to figure what's going on. I've been harping about the Trilateral Commission for a long time. They're still with us, and we see this apparently when the Board of Peace was created by President Trump. Just a week ago, 10 days ago now,
right?
And he set a board. Is called the National Committee for the Administration of Gaza. He set up that board for that. That was not the Board of Peace, but it was called NCAG. And these people are the ones who are going to kind of oversee the operation in Gaza for the Board of Peace. It included Marco Rubio, Jared Kushner's on that committee as well, right? And then you see, all of a sudden, boom, Sir Tony Blair, Mark Rowan, and A.J. Banga appearing from the Trilateral Commission, 3 people out of 7 That's 43% of that board is dominated by members of the Trilateral Commission. This is about the same percentage as during the Carter administration, when Jimmy Carter brought in all those people from the Trilateral Commission. This is unmistakable what's going on here. You see all of a sudden these people, these trilateral types, especially the central bankers, are rising up to take whatever, the fruit that they want. This is really stunning to me. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. These members of the Trilateral Commission have been nothing but plaguing America ever since they got together in 1973 under the leadership of Zbigniew Brzezinski and David Rockefeller.
Well,
they're still with us.
Let's see how this goes. But if you had to guess, this is another major piece of the puzzle if he can get confirmed, because he's running in those circles with those kind of people and big on Bitcoins. He's a younger guy. I think he was the youngest ever to be on the board at 35.
Yeah. Yes.
Got off the board. Now has been appointed chairman.
He's now 55 years old. That's all. He's a young man still. Well, you should know.
I'm 57, so yeah.
I know. He's a young guy. So this guy has youth on his side. He understands technology. He's been involved in major faux pas, financial faux pas over the years, like during the financial meltdown in 2008. And this is almost like putting like a guy like David Sachs in charge of the Fed. Now, I'm not saying David Sachs is in charge of the Fed. He's not. But I'm saying I think that Warsh will be inducted into the Technocrat Hall of Fame in the end, right?
Well, and of course, I guess his father-in-law at one time was the president of the World Jewish Congress, right?
Well, yeah, you're right.
And the reason I'm bringing that up is it's being used now by the anti-Semites to say, looky here, the Jews are are running the world, more proof. I'm like, really? How many, I should actually put that into a search engine. How many Jews have been chairman of the Federal Reserve? Someone want to look that up? Let me ask. Because, I mean, why do they make an issue? Well, we know why they do this, right?
It doesn't matter. I've seen people, the anti-Semite groups, say when somebody's appointed who's not a Jew,
right, that they're still controlled by the Jews.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they say. What? This is so insane. But you'll see this being, put in the narrative to diss the Jews.
Yeah, and I'm coming up right now with 4. Eugene Meyer, 1, 2, 3, 5. Eugene Meyer, Arthur Burns, Alan Greenspan, Ben Bernanke, Janet Yellen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this is correct, which means 5 out of 16. So that's about 31%.
I'm not sure that they're all Jewish.
But their Jewish descent is what this search engine's saying.
No, I would question that a little bit.
Do you?
I would.
I only have 3.
Logan's coming up with 3. Let me ask another search engine. See what they get.
Yeah.
Just for giggles. Not that it matters, but I just love how these people all start going after the fact he's Jewish, tied to his father-in-law who's Jewish. I don't know if he is or not, but his father-in-law.
It does. Yeah, it doesn't say. I tried to check.
All right, so right now we're only coming up with 2, according to this search engine. Alan Greenspan and Ben Bernanke.
I'm not sure about Bernanke. Maybe he is.
And then Paul Moritz, Warburg. That's 3, like Logan said.
Warburg goes back how long?
Warburg would have been, he was one of the founding members of it.
I know, that's exactly right.
1913.
That would be 1913. Yeah, that was Warburg Pincus, I think his firm was. It was very a very highfalutin, financial firm at that day.
Well, only reason I'm bringing it up is because this is what's swirling now, which of course adds to the anti-Semitism, right?
Yes, it really does. You know, I told you about the study that Sutton and I did back in the 1980, 1981, when we were inundated with people wanted to insert their anti-Semitic junk into our research. We finally had it with these people. I said, look, we're going to settle this once and for all. We're going to do a study on every member of the Trilateral Commission and determine who are the Jews and who are not. Okay, and we took our research tools. We got information from all around the country. We didn't have the internet back then. You couldn't just search on it. And we determined at the end of it, there was no discernible influence statistically from Jewish people versus all the other sinners in the world, if you will, right?
Of course not.
There was nothing there. Yet they insist on hammering home this narrative. Oh, it's the Jews. Oh, it's Israel. Oh, it's Zion, whatever. This is absolutely just off the wall, crazy. It's Batman crazy sort of thing. Yeah, I stand on that study today.
And this search engine is saying 3 Jewish Fed chairmen: Arthur Burns, 1970 to 78. Alan Greenspan, 87 to 2006, and Ben Bernanke, 2006, 2014. So this would be the 4th if he gets confirmed out of so many. Right?
Well, if he's Jewish, I don't know if he's Jewish at all.
No, that's right. I don't know that he is, but they're pointing to his father-in-law, head of the world Jewish, and trying to say he would be obviously then tied in with all that. But
exactly.
Again, I'm only bringing it up because it is silliness that's bouncing all over X right now, since he was appointed. And it's just ridiculous.
You know, there's a new social media platform out now. It's called Upscroll, and it's based in Australia. It was founded by a tech bro who worked as a tech guy for IBM. I forget who else, but it was founded by a guy from Palestine and Jordan, raised in Jordan. I think was born in Palestine. And all of a sudden, all of the anti-Semites are going over to this platform, and they're just flooding it with anti-Semitic stuff. Unbelievable. So now they have a place to flock to, and undoubtedly other people that come in who are not anti-Semitic, they'll be converted very quickly, I suppose. So this is one other sign of the times that anti-Semitism is going to run rampant in the world. And it's very disturbing, and from any way you look at it, it's very disturbing, because it's all irrational. These people have no leg to stand on. They're as bad as the flat earthers, in my opinion. That's the people who believe the Earth is flat.
I just looked up several. I looked while you were talking. I looked up several different sources to see what they would all throw out, and several of them are saying he was raised in a Jewish family. Not that it bothers me. I don't care. I mean, that's not an issue for me. But again, I'm just warning everybody: be aware when you watch this, and go do the math on the number of Gentile Fed directors versus Jewish Fed chairman versus non-Jewish, and they're a percentage, not even the majority, obviously.
Heaven forbid that if somehow the anti-Semitic crowd could get rid of all the Jews in the world, they would find themselves back exactly in the same position we are for right now, where sinful men are doing sinful things and evil things in the world. That's what they're going to find.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if the Jews are there or not, because the whole bunch of them, I mean, I'm talking, it doesn't matter if you're Gentile or Jew. This is not the criteria for being evil, for Pete's sake.
Yeah, it's a sin nature.
It's a sin nature, exactly. So, God in the first place, when he destroyed the earth by flood, he said, man, it was in your heart continually to do evil. That's why he destroyed mankind in the first place. Well, here we go. Here we are. We're still in the same sinful state where people are going to wax evil, especially in the end days. That's prophesied in the scripture. Totally.
100%. Technocracy.news, technocracy.news, and each and every Tuesday and Thursday, right here at 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern, Logan House and Patrick Wood, Technocracy broadcast, as well as technocracy.news. And I don't know, Wall Street, gold, I don't know. Gold's gotten hammered today. Gold is way down today, dropping well below 5,000. Silver is down into the 81 range. So right now, gold is down like $464. $464. So if someone wanted to buy in right now, you might want to buy on the dip. This would be the great time to do it, in my opinion. But I don't give financial advice. I give financial opinion. But
Yes.
right?
I know it's going to be volatile.
Yes.
That's stuff goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down, and we're not at the end of it yet.
Nope.
So
Technocracy.news, technocracy.news. Thank you, Patrick.
my pleasure.
Take care. The dollar is dying. It's going down, and inflation is soaring. Are you prepared to lose through inflation your life saving, your purchasing power? I don't think you have to. I would urge you to go right now to worldviewgold.com. Worldviewgold.com. Get the free packet of information available, because you know what? I've been working with this company for about 17 years, and I trust them. Now, look, I don't give financial advice. I give financial opinion. And my opinion is you should do your own homework and your own due diligence. And I think that starts with getting the free, no obligation packet of information on how to put gold into your IRA, how to acquire physical gold or silver, or what is known as numismatic, 1933 and older. Education is crucial, and it starts with this free packet at worldviewgold.com, worldviewgold.com, or 1-877-864-1072, 1-877-864-1072, worldviewgold.com.